Savannah Guthrie's mom got kidnapped. Can you guys believe that? That is just absolutely crazy, man. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Creating Change. My name is Guy. Always good vibes, and I'm not coming at you with conspiracy theories and all that kind of stuff. I'm not into that. I'm just wanting to discuss it. It was something that was on my mind. I couldn't believe it. It feels like, for those of us in my age group, I'm coming up on 49. Savannah Guthrie, I kind of grew up with her being on the television before you went out the door, and you know whether you line up with anybody on anything as far as news and stuff like that goes, you can't help but just feel like, whoa, man, I just can't even believe it's something like, wow, that's it's hard to even imagine being put in that situation. So, we're gonna discuss it. I've been watching a little bit about it, and I don't think anybody really knows exactly what's going on except the people that are involved and the authorities and possibly the Guthrie family, or more, that's who would know about it. But you know, I I don't know what I really think about it, as far as like, I feel like there's a lot more involved than just you know than just some amateurs deciding to do this, guys. We're talking about, you know, an 84-year-old woman. Like that's not easy, to do this. And I mean, these people, they've put some time into this, and they've put some effort into it. And like I say, man, it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe that hard to believe. It's hard to even wrap your head around. Like I can't even imagine being put in that spot. Uh yeah, we've been watching on the news. I ain't gonna lie. I'm truly truly interested in it. I can't help but just be, you know, wanting to hear about it, wanting to know what's happening. I just hope that everything turns out good for him. It's such a crazy time to be living in, to think that, man, somebody would go to that point, to that level, and to just think of it as like, I've got parents and everything, and those of us that do, you're like, man, come on, man. I mean, you go and you take a beautiful old woman out of her house and take her from her people like that. Man, Miss Savannah, she asked for prayer warriors. Well, she's got a prayer warrior here. I'm praying for the safe return of your mother, above and beyond all things. And, I'm praying for justice for whoever would do that. And it will come to you, whether it be in this world or in the after. I think you'll have to reap the benefit of your actions eventually. That's the way that works. But good evening, everybody. We're talking about Savannah Guthrie and her mom disappearing. I can't even believe this. I'm not talking conspiracy, guys. I don't get into that. I'm not saying what people know or don't know. I believe that the authorities know a heck of a lot more than what they're sharing, as they should. And, I believe that you know, I believe that there's some things going on that are definitely suspect, like, just for the simple fact that you've got, you know, you've got fame involved, and notoriety involved, and that always makes a difference. It's just the way that works. And, I'm just hoping that they can get, well, they might already have their eye on the ball. You know what I mean? They might already have their eye on the ball. But good evening, everybody. Welcome to Creating Change. My name is Guy. Got a buddy coming up with me this evening, going to talk about this. We both are not experts on the situation. We're just friends that are going to discuss it, and from real terms, and just things that we've heard in the public. We do not have no personal landline to the family or anything, so we do not know. We're just talking about things that we've heard. So, with no further ado, let me bring up my buddy. Look here. What's happening, brother Clint?
What's up? What's up, brother guy? How you doing, boss?
Man, doing good. I'm so glad to have you here. For those of you that may not know, I think everybody does. This is Brother Clint from Gen X. And if you haven't been to his channel, you can go find him. I'll get the link pop down here for everybody here in just a second, or he can't, or however it is, it'll get there. And but we're going to talk about this situation with Savannah Guthrie and her mom and getting taken, dude. Like that.
It's crazy, man. Like you said earlier, we're not experts. We don't have no lifeline to it. We don't have no inside information, and we're damn sure not experts in this kind of stuff. But it's crazy. It is. Me and you was talking before the show, dude. How, in my opinion, whoever did this, they've got to have some expertise in this, in doing it. Like, this is day 6 of it, and me and you was talking before the show. I mean, we're the country that's went into another country, scooped the president up out of his bed in the middle of the night, and was out of there without losing a man. Without losing a man. Without losing a man. We got, a couple guys got shot, but we didn't lose nobody. Like, how do we not know where this old lady is?
I like to feel like I'm better guarded right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like. So yeah, it's pretty wild, man. It's pretty, and then of course you got to take into account that the daughter is a high profile, celebrity journalist.
Yeah, Savannah Guthrie. I feel like I grew up with her.
Yeah, it's some wild stuff, man. This is the kind of thing you hear about in our neck of the woods, in the backwoods. This ain't big city, big time people stuff. I don't know, man. It's all the things that's been going on in the last year. I'm kind of nervous now. I don't know if nervous is the right word, but like, I'm really paying attention.
I feel you.
Really paying attention.
I feel you. And it's intriguing that it's like there's a lot of things happen. It's not just this one in particular. It's like, and this is one of those things for me, like with this situation, like if it's, no, I'm not being unkind. I'm just being realistic here. But if it's a tiny little baby, well, I can see you snatching that thing up and being able to take off with it, or maybe a teenager or something, whatever. But an older lady, like, you had to have some stuff planned out. You had to have that just blows my mind. And that it's an 84-year-old woman that they were able to take. And so far, from what they've shared with the public, not really have no real idea. That's what they share with the public, though. If I was them and I wouldn't say nothing either.
I think I read somewhere not long after it first went down, that all the security cameras were smashed out. I'm not sure if that's truth or not, but I'm pretty sure I either read that or heard it on the news or something. All of the security cameras were smashed. And that tells me either it's somebody close to her, because they got to know where the cameras are, or it's a professional. It's the average person just going in there to snatch somebody up, for a ransom, wouldn't even have probably thought about it. Or they might have got one camera, but they wouldn't have went around and smashed them all up. No. And the average person, they wouldn't be getting away with it for 6 days. I don't know, man.
It blows my mind.
I got a feeling this is going to be a wild story, and whatever the conclusion is, I still don't think we'll ever have the truth to it. I think there's going to be some craziness to this one.
Well,
and I feel for her.
I do
sending
too.
Prayers out to her.
I do
sending
too.
Prayers out.
Man, that's and that's what the family asked for, because I mean, let's just be honest. She's got all the money that she could ever possibly need or whatever. It's not about that for them. It's about, like, we just need some spiritual warriors behind us, but giving some strength. Just knowing people are supporting you just makes you feel better. I mean, at least you have that, man. You know what I mean? And God, it's just like, what a baffling, it blows my mind to even like, I can't even imagine. Like, they had to go through some real planning to make that happen.
Oh, you took care of that. Good. That's what you must have took care of that, or somebody did. Somebody took care of that.
Yeah.
In the chat. Yeah.
All right. Good.
Somebody got a little. Yeah. That was a little much, y'all. There ain't nobody. We don't need. that's the problem with the world today. It's just
It is, man. It is. People are just and
it's that.
I made a choice, back when I took my little break and then it come back on, brother. I was like, I'm gonna have certain shows that I specifically do where I don't care. I don't care what's being said, but when I as far as like I say I don't care. It, discuss it how you see fit, whether you agree, disagree, whatever. But then when I'm having my community get-togethers and getting on here and vibing with
Mhm.
everybody, I don't want that nonsense, man. You know what I mean? I don't want a bunch of crazy bull crap, you know, like that going
Yeah,
on because it's like it just kills the vibe. Then it's like, well, you're
I
trying to kill the
just
vibe anyway.
I just can't be around that kind of ignorance and hate like that. Like I get that people can have their opinion and stuff, but that kind of blatant ignorance that was right there,
Yeah, it's
like
stupid.
I don't even want that stuff in my zone.
I know.
Like it's I've been there's been enough hate on me in my life that kind of ignorance I've learned. I don't even want it in my
It
zone.
don't get you nowhere. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, oh, man. But yeah, no,
Mhm.
it's my like I said, my prayers definitely go out. If it was my mom, me and my cousin were talking about it briefly a couple of days ago. He's like, man, us, we'd be on the hunt. I'm like, dude, hunting what? Like I
Yeah.
know how to hunt a deer. I know how to
Mm.
hunt a bear. I don't. What do we track? We would have tracked her to the end of the driveway, and then what? Like that was it. Like
Well, that's my
you
thing
know,
is they're all I heard one of them saying something about they didn't search out through the desert and stuff or out through they didn't get that. Well, like this is an 84-year-old woman. How far do you really think she's going? There was a
mm,
vehicle close by within very close proximity, if not in that driveway, to get that lady
yeah,
gone.
yeah,
Because she's
yeah.
not I mean, I'm not judging her, I'm just going by age and just, like, she's not gonna be they're not you're not going on a 10-mile hike or something to go to a vehicle or to it's
Yep.
just not gonna be that way. It's just not
And
gonna be that way.
She didn't walk off on her own. I mean, there was signs of
No,
forced entry, so she didn't do it on her own.
no,
She's not
n
she's not an Alzheimer's patient that's wandered off or nothing.
no.
Somebody come and got this woman.
Exactly,
Um,
she's not she doesn't have no kind of, like, pre-mental like,
yeah,
disabilities where she's getting cognitively declined. It's not like that. She knows what time it is, she knows what's going on, and Mrs. Guthrie, if you do happen to ever be able to hear anybody's words, we're all praying for you, and there's a lot of people
we're all
looking for
praying
you.
for you.
Oh,
Yes,
I
yes.
just but I look at it like I'm not an investigator, but I look at it from the standpoint of like, well, man, like we can kind of take away like these areas and like it would go obviously going to be going on the road from there somewhere. I don't now after that. I mean, with all the cameras and stuff, I feel like I'm being watched all the time, and I live in the middle of the mountains. I feel like the
100%.
doorbells and the rings and the people that's filming this and that and drones flying and this and that and all
Yep,
this. I feel like there's cameras on me all the time. So it's like,
yep.
surely to God, there's got to be some type of uh, camera. But that's once
Somebody.
again, Clint. I feel like that because it's only right. There's some things that they probably ain't telling everybody. There's some
Yes,
things I'm sure.
and I understand it. Like I'm not one of these
Yep.
people that's like, I need all the information right now. You
No.
deserved it, or we deserve it. Like, no, no,
No.
y'all the pros, y'all handle that shit. Y'all handle that shit. Like, we can all backseat quarterback or armchair cornerback while we want, but
Well,
that's not my
Monday morning
wheelhouse.
quarterbacking is easy, man.
Yeah,
But when you're in the middle of the
yeah,
game, you've got to be focused in, and
yep,
it's
yep.
different. And these people, man, I mean, this is what, like we were just said there earlier. Like they went in and they snatched the president out of his bed and brought him back when he was in the jailhouse in New York City in a different country by the next
Yeah,
morning. He was
yep.
still pooping street food when he got there.
He was. I
And
mean, he was in the slippers. He was in the slippers.
he was in his slippers. He was in his slippers. Hey, it looked like
you
his
know,
dude's feet was like that long. Did you see it? Like it looked like they were like, look,
he's a massive dude, man. That ain't no little man there, man. That's a massive guy.
yeah, man. Yeah, he looked like a big dude. He hadn't missed a meal. Oh,
Nah,
but
nah.
man, if they can do that, and like you said, not a man, not a man lost as far as on,
Mhm.
for us going in. Then if they can do that, then it's hard for me to believe that they can't. They'll figure there's a way now, but at the same time, the person that did this is an intelligent person, and they're not playing them like they're dumb. They know that it took
Yes.
somebody with some planning, some pre-knowledge, some pre-something going, like they had done some homework, and it
Mm.
ain't like that there was a pizza guy that was driving through the town and was like, "Oh, it feels like a good evening to go snatch up an 84-year-old." That ain't the way it worked. That ain't the way it worked. There was somebody
Yeah.
had it planted in their brain long before, uh, yet the other day when it got last week or
I mean,
whatever.
and I think I don't think I wonder based on my TV knowledge, crime, law and order, and all that shit, Hill
Yeah.
Street Blues,
Oh, you're pretty much
based
a
on
pro.
that, but based on all that knowledge that I got, like I think they know a little bit too. I think the police, the FBI knows a little something because in my brain, an 86-year-old woman who's in need of life-saving medication, I would think if they didn't know anything, they'd have everything they got out there on the table for the public to help. And with them withholding so much, I think they're on a trail of something. I think they got a lead. I think there's something that they can't afford to put out there. You know what I mean? They can't afford to
Dun,
put
dun,
it out there.
dun. Hey,
Yeah,
you just
yeah,
made that
yeah,
little sound ring in my head, like,
yeah, yeah. It's
you
like
just blew my mind, dude. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
I mean,
You're
because
right, because
she's an 86-year-old that needs this life saving medication. She's
and
been
you're not
6
gonna
days
speak
without it.
of the life-saving medicine so that they would know?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
You're a freaking
Yeah.
genius.
I just watched a lot of Hill Street Blues as a kid, man.
I mean, yeah, I mean, dang, man. Let's see what we got. Oh, he's sharing the street view. I'm gonna look here and see what it is he's sharing there.
Oh, there's a
Yeah,
Circle K. Hey, man, I can go
he's
go get it.
sharing all that, man. Uh, I've just been kind of watching this guy. He's pretty cool, man. I mean, I say he's
So,
pretty cool. I don't know nothing about him.
so,
I've just
so
been
is that
watching
her
him
home
talk
there?
about.
Is that her home
Yeah,
there that's going to in the Catalina foothills?
as far as I know, that is where we're,
Well, that's
that
that's the Circle K. That's the Circle K that you're seeing up in the top left, and it looks like 5 kilometers to the northeast. That line goes up to the Catalina foothills. I'm wondering if that's where her home is, then that'd be why she ain't got no ring cameras showing anything. She's out in the middle of nowhere.
yeah,
She's
yeah.
outside of town. She's like us. She's out in the booms a little bit.
But on
Because
the
I'm
other,
with you. I'm with you. These ring cameras are, dude. I got 5 on my house. I got 5 on my house.
I
It's
mean,
you ain't. I live on a corner of a street, and you're not going to come down the one street or the street in front of me without me knowing about it. I got 2 in the
right,
front, 2 on the side, then I got the ring doorbell itself on the door.
yeah.
Yeah, I got.
Well,
So
I know this for a fact that the little county cop that lives next door to me. I know that on his little house across the street from me, that they got a couple little cameras. I mean, not no big security system, but they got a couple little.
no, but I
But the
got
way he's got them angled, there ain't nobody could come in and out of this road, and while they could come up one little section of it down here at the bottom, but then once they come around the turn and started back around my house or down the main, the cul-de-sac part, no, there's a camera somewhere got you, there's
and
somebody seeing you.
you live in the boonies, and you got a camera there. Yeah, that's even you got cameras, and you live.
Yeah.
I know your neck of the woods, and I've seen enough of your videos to know you live in like a little holler back there.
Yeah,
So
dude.
you got cameras. Like
They're
I
on you,
don't.
man.
They're on you. They're on you. They're every freaking where, man. I mean,
Yeah.
shoot, dude, I got 2 phones, a studio camera, and my laptop, so I got 4 cameras in front of me right now.
See, that's
Right
another
now.
thing too, is with her being the daughter of Savannah Guthrie, then it's just hard for me in my mind to imagine. that there wasn't a bunch of cool, useful technology stuff. Just meaning gifts she had got her mom, or things, or
Yeah,
TVs, or
yeah,
laptops, or something that was
yes.
it, I don't know what it is, but there it just makes me feel like that she would not. It
I
feels
agree.
foolish to me if I was to have elderly if my mom and dad are elderly parents.
Yes.
My mom and dad are elderly. And if I was like uber rich and famous, and like, people were, stalking me, and like trying, if they went to enough to stalk me and stuff like that, and I know that she's been through all that with the celebrity status and all that crap, then I'm sure that there was some seems like there would have been some security better,
I
like,
mean, like I don't want to knock anybody because
no, I don't either.
I don't, I don't want to like during a bad situation, but at
I
the
wish
same
I'd have said
time,
it differently than foolish. It just
no,
seems
no,
like,
no, no,
you
no,
know,
no, no. You didn't say nothing wrong. You didn't say no. I'm just scared I will. So I don't want to sound like I'm coming down on Savannah because I don't know nothing about it. I mean,
no,
I don't
no,
know. But in my brain, if I had my kind of money, Savannah's, and she's obviously in New York all the time because that's where she does what's a Today Show, right?
yeah,
Is it
yeah,
the Today
yeah,
Show?
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
So if my elderly mom, who was 86 and had a pacemaker, so she's got health issues, is living by herself in the middle of nowhere in Arizona, oh yeah, you're gonna have all the gadgets. You're gonna have
Yeah,
all the gadgets.
yeah,
I need to know my mom is safe.
yeah,
I'm going to be on a first name basis with the local sheriff.
yeah,
It's it's
yeah.
it'd be one
Me
thing. It'd
too.
be one thing if your dad was still there and dad was with mom, but no, this is mom by herself in
Yep,
this house in Arizona. Yeah,
yep.
you'd have all the gadgets. You'd have all the gadgets.
That's
I wouldn't be able to function thinking my mom is out there by herself unsafe.
there you go.
I would have to have some kind of security for myself. It would be
I would
selfish. It
too.
would be for me. It would be for
Uh,
me.
yep, yep. Me too. Me too. Yeah, yeah. Like it would be a total me situation because they wouldn't know.
Yes.
It would
Yeah.
be like, well, no, this is how I sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
This how
like,
this.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 You have this now.
Um.
You have this now. It wouldn't be like I'm requesting that you allow me to do this. No, no, mom, dad did it. It's done. Like that's what them dudes was doing here yesterday. That's all done. It's all done. Like, oh, but yeah,
So
I
what
think
about?
there's a. Go ahead, man.
I was going to ask you, what do you think about? We didn't even talk about this before the show. What about the fake ransom note? Like,
Dude,
look at these crazy, fucks. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
yeah, you're
cuss.
good.
My
You're
bad.
absolutely you're good. You're absolutely right, man. I mean, it's like you look at them and it's like for real. I mean,
This is
I
somebody's
hope
mom.
I hope that they get the book thrown at them, to be
Yeah, yeah,
100% honest. I
yeah,
hope.
yeah. You got to cut that snake's head off at the beginning now,
Yeah, boy.
because you don't want people thinking they can do that anytime something like this comes up.
Yeah, boy.
That's that's
Just go ahead and knock
uh,
that one right on out of the
yep,
right on out of the
yep.
situation for about 25. That ought to do it. Maybe
That's right.
even 35 if you want.
And for the audience out there, this is coming from two convicts that spent time behind bars and don't want to wish it on anybody. They need to handle this too.
Yeah, they
This
need
guy
that one.
needs,
Yeah.
yeah,
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 yeah, he needs some of that medicine. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be some good medicine for that one, but, man, I
Well,
just
the country needs the medicine because they need to go and send that message to any other dummy that tries to do some stuff like that in the middle of a situation like this, just for clout. I wonder if it was for money or if they just want to clout. Hey, I want to be famous.
you know what?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that it isn't for just wanting
Yeah.
to be famous. I'm not gonna
These people
say that it
they
is.
don't think they don't think there's consequences. They think if they tell you to stop, no, I'm sorry, my bad, I won't do it again. They think
Yeah,
that's going to be enough. Oh, well, we'll just let you go.
yeah,
Don't do it again. But no, man, you need to find out. This is what people like us have been talking about. There's consequences to your actions.
yeah, that's right.
And just because your mommy and daddy didn't teach that to you, well, I
Yeah,
guess Uncle Sam, I have to.
yeah. That's well, you know what, man? I said this a couple times, in my life several times. Like, a lot of people feel like my sentence was maybe just a little bit harsher than what it should have been for the prior record, all this kind of stuff. And I happily look at them and tell them, look, I took that time because I'm going to tell you right now, for the things that they didn't catch me doing, I deserved every second. So
That's the way I looked at it when I got
I
mine.
eat it
My mom
and
my mom wanted to pay for a lawyer for me, and she's like, I talked to so and so, and he can get it down to a year. You just do it in county jail. And I'm like, oh, if I'm going to take my little county pretender here and my public pretender and do my thing, and then people
yeah.
are like, oh, you get all that time. I'm like, the things I got away with, like I'm still in the good. I
Yeah.
still ain't paying the
Yeah.
price I should be paying.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel the same way, bro. Like,
But at the
okay.
same time, me and you are the kind of guys that just don't want to be them kind of people, and we was able to self reform a little bit, and be like, you know what, this is what Daddy always said. This is why I shouldn't have done this shit. I need to
Yep.
take my licks. I need to take my licks, better myself, and just do what I can to come out of this situation and not do it
Yep. Yep. That's
again.
right, man.
And
That's right. And I mean, I think we both have found that through a little bit of time and effort on release, through a little bit of time and effort, you can gain your respect and trust and honor and privilege. Because I feel
mm,
like I'm a privileged man as far as
mm,
the people I have in my life that look to me in some type of way for anything, and I feel that I feel like, man, I honor that,
mm,
and there was a time when I thought maybe I'd lost that forever, like, man, like, I really let myself get to, a point where that I didn't feel like that was ever gonna happen. But with a little bit of time, a little bit of consistency and effort and showing that, "Look, man, I'm doing it." You can't just tell people, "Hey, I'm different." That don't mean
mhm.
squat to nobody. It's about
Yeah,
showing up and being something different
yep.
daily, and even when the world seems to be knocking you down, not slipping, and then that's when you really start getting some steps back in that respect zone, like, "Hey, he's got a handle. He's got a handle on
Mhm.
that." Like, "Alright," So, that's just the way that I try to tell anybody in that situation, like, "Man, just come out and just keep your head up and keep going, and people will start, like, noticing." That's how you get it. It's not
Mhm.
about talking. You can tell people,
Yep.
"Oh, I went through all these classes and all this while you was in." That don't matter. People don't give a flying
Mhm.
shit about that. Ain't nobody gives a shit about
No.
that. They care
Yeah,
about
no.
what you're doing.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest about it. Like, I don't want to use the term "it was the best thing to happen to me," but it needed to, because looking back with wisdom in my head now and experience, I wouldn't have went too much further without crashing and burning anyway.
Sure
Like, it could
not.
have got, something had to stop me. Something that was
Yep.
God. That was God saying, "Okay, you're asking for help. This is how I'm helping."
Sure
It
enough.
ain't always the way you think. It ain't always you're hoping some magical thing will make you better all of a sudden. No, sometimes that's the answer. He's like, "Okay, well, I'm going to send the police to your house, and we're going to go and lock you up for about 5 years and slow
Yep.
your ass down and make you
Yeah.
think about things. And you're going to learn that you ain't in control no more, and that you're going to have to ask permission to get up and pee and turn the light on. And
Yeah,
you know,
dude. Yeah.
it's and
Yeah.
once you go through that, it's like,
That is so true, man, and it's a
it
humbling
is.
experience, bro.
It oh, dude,
It's
dude,
humbling.
dude, dude.
In more ways than
dude.
one. I can tell you this, Clint, and I don't say it proudly, but I
Mhm.
have taken a lot more showers with men than I ever will with women.
dude, dude, and I don't want to like disgust anybody or make anybody like think some weird shit, but I just, just this is just what was I experienced and you experienced. I know you did, because I
Mm,
know the situation. I know where you were, and I can remember the first time I went to a dormitory,
oh,
and I'm sitting there on the toilet doing what I got to do, what every person on this world has to do.
yeah.
And the first thing I realized is that the person sitting beside me is closer to my ass than I am. Like it'd be easier for me to lean and say, hey, can you get that for me? You know, it's and then the showers are in front of you. So I'm sitting there doing my business, and this ain't racist. This ain't racist, but I'm sitting there doing my business, and just all these black dongs walking in front of me. You know, and I'm sitting there thinking, what the fuck did I do, man? You know, I ain't trying to look at this big ass dong and there's 20 of them just going by, you know, just getting in the showers, and they're standing there naked in front of you while they brush their teeth and shave their face.
Hell
I'm like,
yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I can't come back here. I can't. This ain't.
It was enough for me. It was enough for me that was that part right there you were just talking about, the lack of all privacy and the having to see things you don't really like. I would rather not, but you just learn to embrace the fact, like, man, we're like you're in there, you ain't got no choice, man. Like I've had many people say to me, man, I don't know how you did 3 years. Man, they throw you in there. You ain't got no like if they don't say, hey, do you want to go home?
People say that all the time, man. I don't know how you did it. I don't know how you did it. How did you do that? I'm like, I didn't have a choice. I didn't have a choice, man. I didn't. You know, you just got to do it. It's just, you know, you're in there locked up. You're, you know, it's throw a fit if you want to. They got a place for that too. You know, it's go ahead. You know, It's something, man. It is. It's a very humbling experience. But you know what? I had to go through it. I needed to do that. I needed to deal with that and realize how good life actually was.
Yeah.
Well, it makes you realize how good life is. Like as bad as I thought my life sucked, no, it didn't. It sucks now. Like I don't want this shit. You know, I don't.
Amen to that. Amen.
And don't get me wrong. I'm not scared of prison. I'm not scared of jail. I'm not scared of a man. I just don't want to do. I got a better life. Even
dude, I don't want the light turned on me at 6 o'clock in the morning, whether I want it or not. I don't want to be told at 4 a.m. it's time to go to chow call. I don't want to be told that I got to get up out of bed for standing count 3 times a day or whatever it is. I don't want to be told that shit no more. So I just choose to not do things to go back to have to do that again. You know,
I want to be able to. When I came home, my mom asked me. She said, "What is the best about coming home?" I said, "Mom, the best 3 things: being able to go in the bathroom and shut the door, being able to reach up, turn that light off and on anytime I want to, and to be able to get up at 2:30 in the morning and walk in the kitchen and make my ass a bologna and cheese sandwich."
Yes, sir.
I feel like having a bologna and cheese sandwich. I can go do it now. You know that when you're locked up, that ain't how it works, man. That ain't how it works at all. You know, it just
ain't the way it works.
Nah.
Ain't the way it works.
They do shakedowns, and you're in a dormitory with 100 men, and everybody's got stripped down. You're just standing around like a bunch of naked
just
fools.
Get naked. That's all. Get naked. High five.
And that's it. You just do it. You know, you just do it. You got to do it.
I remember the first time going through receiving. Man, they took me out of the jailhouse up here. Of course, I went through receiving at the jailhouse too, but it's different than receiving in the penitentiary. Well, they shipped me out that more early as shit, man. It was like 2 o'clock or some shit. I don't even know. They pack you up early, and you're on the road, and we're going towards we were headed to Powhatan, you know, headed up that way to where up towards, you know, over to the east side of everything. Hey, I remember like when we went in to like I didn't really know exactly how everything went. I had never been to the prison. I have never been. So all I knew was that we're going through receiving, you know, okay, whatever. So you got your jailhouse shit on, and there was like 6 other dudes in the van with me that got transported that morning or whatever. We stopped in Roanoke, picked up a couple, and then went on. Man, I remember I was like maybe like second to last one getting naked, right? Because at the time it was like, fuck, man, we really got strict, you know what I mean? Hey, by the time I come out, that motherfucker, hey, I was the one, I'd be standing there naked for everybody else was. Like he just got like, yeah, all right, yeah. He didn't care.
It's just what it was. It's just what it was. It's like, all right, it's like whatever I can do to make this quick, fast, and let's get through it so I can, you know, get back out to the wreck, you know. let's
Like,
do it. You know,
you can't.
it's crazy.
You
It's
don't care
crazy.
anymore. Like going up to visitation, they'd make you strip down to go in and then strip down to come out. And it wasn't even about getting naked no more for me. I told my dad, I said,
Nah.
Dad, don't come up all the time because I just get tired. It's like you're coming, you only get to stay for an hour. Well, I gotta come up, strip down, strip out, and then it makes me even mad. It makes you like sad when they make them leave. So it's like, dude,
Yeah.
just don't come up every weekend. Don't come up. Well, and
Yes.
it was 4 hours away from home, man. I mean, I was
Yes.
4 hours up the road, man. So
I
it
was
was
I was
like,
like 6. I was like 6. I'm from
yeah,
up here, and they sent me receiving down to Mecklenburg. I was down there
isn't
on the
that
North Carolina border.
isn't that
Yeah, they sent
funny?
me in. They sent me
Like that
all the
wouldn't
way
have
across the
been
state.
like. Well, see, and I had like I know you heard of Bland, like the
Yeah.
farm, Bland Prep. I dude,
Yeah.
that's like I could throw a rock and dang near hit it. It's just right out the road. Nah, and there was one right out here at the time, Camp 13. That's literally like 2 miles from me, man. But no, everywhere I went to Powhatan, Deep Meadows, Buckingham, uh, Botetourt, and then
Oh,
Harrisonburg, and then I got to come home. My dad got to pick me up. I was
my
like
God,
Guy Columbus.
I heard rough stories out. Not that it was a rough camp, just it was what? That's a sober camp, right? That's you can't have nothing, right? You
Botetourt
couldn't have.
sucked, man.
Yeah, you couldn't have coffee. You couldn't have cigarettes
No,
or nothing, right?
nothing, no
Yeah.
cigarettes. No, man, it had nothing but just sucked. And but I say that my only gripe with the whole thing is it's supposed to be a reentry program, but you don't realistically learn anything about reentry for some of the men. Okay. What I mean by that is they sent me there for like 19 months and there was other people there for, 16, 18, 20, whatever. Well, I was there for 19 altogether. And, within that 19 months or 16 or whatever it is somebody's got, you could have trades that you could teach these people and at least send them back out into the world with something to work with. Because sending them out into the world with a good cognizant view of their addiction, well, that's awesome. But you still ain't give them nothing to go make some
Mhm.
money with or to go get by on or to actually make a living at. So, I just see so many other ways that we could use that time because and that's another thing too, Clint. Is like, okay, you give a man or woman 3 years, but then you treat them like they are Hannibal Lecter. Well, you're going to be letting these people out in another couple years. So why are we treating them like they're stone cold killers? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. I
Like you
get.
had to wear the
Well, that's why.
black box and all this kind of crap on the butt and all this
Oh,
other kind
dude.
of
Oh,
stuff. And
dude.
like, come on, man.
Dude.
You
But
know?
that's why I used the term earlier. Me and you were the kind of guys, that, and I say that assuming, but based on what I know of you, we self reform because there's no real reform there. There's
No.
no taught reform. You got the kind of people that are either going to go back, or you got the kind of people that's going to self reform and use what little bit of common sense mom and daddy had beat into them when they were young. Be like, okay, I
Yeah.
screwed up.
Yeah.
I gotta take these licks and I ain't coming back. And
Yeah.
that's what I was. Now, don't get me wrong. I went back to jail a couple times for a couple months when I first got out. I was still young.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, but the jail quickly reminded me, like, fuck, that's right. I don't like this stuff.
Yeah, I don't like this at all.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't, and I
Yeah, I
definitely
got
don't
a
like jail. I definitely don't like jail. I
I got a
definitely don't like
DUI
jail.
about like I'd been out of jail or been out of prison for about maybe 4 months, 3 4 months, something like that. And I got a DUI in my mom and dad's driveway, but I was still on probation. I was still on papers. I was still on all this stuff, dude. So they took me to jail for a night. My dad picked me up the very next morning. We went to work. Like I never even missed a day of work, but he picked me
Mhm.
up, and that was enough. Over that night, I was like, that was I do not like. I just got done pulling 3 years, so I'm like, dude, they're
Mhm.
gonna put me right back in here. They're gonna make me serve another couple of years over this shit.
Yep.
Well, they
Yep.
didn't. they give me weekends and give me, you know, probation or whatever was time, you know, served for the weekends. But that was my one return where I was like, you know what? Mm-mm, no,
Yeah.
no, it's time to tighten up because
Well,
I'm gonna
if
wind
you
up
got
right
any
back
kind of
in here.
sense, if you got any kind of sense when you go back in like that for that one night, you sit there and think, it makes you realize how easy it is, why all these guys keep going back through the system. Like, okay, this is how it is. It's screwed up. It's messed up. It's crappy that I'm on in the system and this can happen to me, but I need to accept this can
Yep,
happen to me. I
yep,
put myself in this situation. The only person who's going to get me out of it is me. And so
yeah,
it's just time to tighten up and just toe the line and do what's right, you know. And sometimes we need that little reminder at one little
yeah,
night.
we
That
do.
was God saying, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
buddy.
okay,
Yeah,
guy.
buddy.
All right, guy, you know, you must have
Yeah,
forgot
buddy.
that 3 years. Let me
Yeah,
remind you
buddy.
real quick.
Man, if you could have heard the conversation between my ears that night, man, and I'm gonna tell
Oh
you
yeah.
this is what's messed up is I truly was this is the kicker of it all. I was working on an apartment in Bluefield that I was going to be living in, and I'd worked a deal out with a fella that I you know, get the apartment fixed up and painted up all nice and everything, and then I could live in it and I would get a little bit better rent on it. Well, I'd been in prison for a few years, done lost my wife and home and all this, so I'm trying to get back on my feet again. And I'd been working during the day with my dad at work and everything, you know, with CA Low Builders, and then leaving there and going up there in the evening time and working on that apartment. Well, I'd been doing that for a couple 3 weeks at this time, and I'd stopped and bought a 6 pack of beers on the way up there to work on that apartment that evening. So, long story short, I was trying to weave in there was I was rewarding myself for working hard by stopping and getting a 6 pack of beer, and at the same time, I was giving myself the ticket right back to the place I was trying to put behind me. Isn't that just so
That's
ironic?
that's that stinking thinking, man. That's that stinking thinking, man.
Yeah, dude.
It's
Yeah, dude. Yeah, because I thought, "Man, I'm gonna buy me a 6 pack on the way
it's
up there,
something,
and
man.
I'll."
It is.
'Cause I was painting, and I hate painting. I'm pretty good hand at it, and I'm pretty good at it, but I don't like it's not for me all the time. I can do it a little bit sometimes, but too much of it, I get, ugh. So I was
Mm.
painting that evening, and I was like, "Well, I'll stop and get me that'll make painting seem a little bit better," you know? I mean, it just made perfect sense to me.
Yeah,
And,
it
you know,
does.
it made perfect sense. So, I went up there, and I worked probably I wanna say I worked about 3.5 hours, maybe 4. And dude, I was not drunk. If you knew me and knew anything about my drinking days, I was never a staggerer or anything. I was never that. I never was. And I never was a weaver like on I never was that. Dude, I had been trying to go so hard since I hit the street coming home I felt so behind that I was working myself like, burning both candles at burning a candle at both ends, and it was wearing my brain and my physical form down, and in a moment of weakness, thinking I was rewarding myself for such hard work and trying hard, and I knew I was getting close. I knew I was like, "Man, it ain't gonna be long. I'll have this thing fixed on up there and, you know, be having my own spot again, you know, got a truck back, you know, had done bought a truck, and I'm like, "All right, now I'll be having me a spot of my own again because I had been living on my own since I was 19, got married at 19, moved out, never lived at home with my mom and dad, and it was hard to come home and be back living with your parents again, not that they were bad people, they were awesome to me, but it just not for me. Well, man, that's what I say, man. It was like one of them times in my life where in my mind I thought I was doing an okay reward system. Like I've worked my ass off.
You
I'm gonna
thought you was
show
a
up.
regular guy. You
I
thought you
was a
was a
regular
regular
dude.
guy, and
And I
we
wasn't.
get to thinking like a regular guy. Like, okay, I earned this, and what we forget is, no, I
I,
owe a debt.
yeah.
I ain't nowhere's near where I earned anything. I got 3 years of a debt that I got to work my ass off for to catch back up just to get to zero.
Just
You
to get to
know,
0. Yeah, just
just to
get to
get
0.
just to get even, man. It's and it's that that's that's a man's mentality. That's our kind of men's mentality. The woods mentality. It's just I busted my ass. I earned this.
Yeah,
Yeah. If I was a
yeah,
regular dude, that's right. If I was a regular dude who did life regularly up to that point, you're right. I did
you're
earn it,
right.
but I wasn't a regular dude. I'm an ex-con who owes a debt, who's just done some stupid damn thinking,
Yeah,
and you got
and now
lucky. That's when I know God exists, is because you got that one night. You got that
yeah,
one night just to wake you the hell back up and be like, no, guy,
yeah.
you ain't the guy you think you are. You're this person, and
Put
you're
you
not
right back
allowed to
in
do
here
this.
right real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. It's like
hey,
this is
Miss
your warning,
Charlotte, there was a black lady that worked out there. God bless her soul. She was a guard while I was in the jail when I first got locked up, and I'd done 3 years. Well, she was a guard in the jailhouse at that time while I was there, and I was in there about 4 months altogether. So we knew each other, knew all this kind of stuff. She knew who I was. I knew who she was. That's Miss Charlotte. So anyway, I got thrown in the jailhouse, thrown in the jail out there. They hauled me in, and she happened to be working that night. And I remember her opening the door and saying, "Bandy, what are you thinking? What are you here for? What happened?" And I told her I got a DUI, and I just remember her shaking her head and seeing the disappointment and closing my cell door back up. And I was like, this was the spot I never wanted to feel ever again.
Mm,
That disappointing, like, man, we had better plans for you. You know what I mean? God
yeah,
has
yeah,
there's
yeah.
better, man, and I had to pull a few weekends, and those few weekends, I was thankful that that's all I had to do, but they sucked, and I was like, dude, I'm so
Hmm.
glad. I don't want to pull another three. I like in my heart, I was like, I just don't know if I'd make. Like I would make it. Obviously, we all would make it,
Yeah.
but in my brain, I was like, dude, I just don't even think I got it in me do another few years. That's what I was thinking I'd get when I went to court for that DUI. I was like, oh man. Oh, I thought, man, I done messed up. Like they gonna put me right back in they go, here I go, okay, here we go. That's how I felt for real. I was like,
Hmm.
man, that's gone, man. But luckily, knock on wood, they didn't do that to me. But they could have. That's another one of them wake up calls. Like, you're not a regular dude. You're not a regular dude. Not yet. I'm still, well, I mean, you never
Nope.
are, I guess, but you know,
Yeah,
uh,
I mean, I think I'm closer. I think I'm more of a regular dude at this point.
yeah,
I'm starting to understand. For one, I'm not doing nothing wrong no more. Like
that's
I'm not.
yeah.
It's just, when somebody even brings stuff like that up, I'm like, wish you the best, man. I'm out of here. I don't
I'm
want no
out.
part of it. You
Yeah.
know, oh man, Clint, quit being a pussy. Call me whatever you want, bud. I won't be
Hey,
the one
man.
locked up tomorrow night. That's for damn sure, man. No, I'm
I'm
good.
gonna be laid up in
Yeah.
my bedroom
Re-
or in my living room or wherever. Yep.
remember, you called me that P word when you start calling me collect and asking for money for ramen noodles and kiwi coffee. Remember, you called me that.
Yep,
Remember
that's
that.
exactly right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to not have to ever put a commissary list in ever again in my life.
Ever,
Ever.
ever, ever,
Ever.
ever.
And you know what's sad is I can tell you how happy I used to be to go get that bag of shit and carry it back. Of
Go
some
to the store.
garbage. Happy as
Go
hell
to the
though.
store. Hey, that's it. Go to the store. And like, it ain't even a store, man. You got to walk across the
No.
damn yard and go to this hole in the wall and a
Yeah.
window and stand in line and with your
Yeah.
damn laundry bag and shit. And they
Yeah.
just put bags of chips in your laundry
Yeah.
bag. You go back
Yeah.
like you're Santa Claus or something in a good mood, like something good
Yeah.
just happened. Like,
It ain't gonna it ain't gonna happen. Like, man.
no, no, no.
No,
That's
no
not my.
Matrix, no Matrix. I don't give out mod status. The blues that you see in here are OG members of my community from when I first started, and I do not hand out no more new mod status. The ones that are blue are there for a reason. They've been with me ever since the beginning. Everybody else, I just know that there are people that's stopping in, or people that even if they have been here for quite a bit, nobody else gets blues. That's it. That
I
way
mean,
I can keep up with OG status. I know that those are OGs from when I first started, and that I mean that was a big help. for those of us new content creators, having people that come through, help you, and like just support you and be there, like even when you suck and don't even have no clue how to do anything, and they're there anyway. Yeah. So that's why that you see those blues in here, man. But no, there'll be no more. No apology, but there'll be no more.
Yeah,
But you're still welcome, and you're still, glad to have you. And if you're on here, then you're savvy enough. If you want to find somebody, then you can go find them. It ain't that
yeah,
difficult. Let's be honest.
yeah.
You know,
And you put my 2 cents in there, like, you don't just come in somebody's chat that you don't know and say, "Hey, can I get a mod?" And you ain't even made a
right,
comment yet. Like, come on, contribute to the
right,
channel.
yeah.
I mean, it's just,
Definitely didn't
that's
have a good sales pitch on it. That
nah, nah, man. Come on, man. Come on.
you know,
I don't know if you're a youngin or what, man, but that's just not how it works.
yeah, it
And
ain't
if
that.
you're going into channels and people are modding you when you say that, then that's not a great channel. Like,
It's
that's just
probably
that's
yeah.
just some crazy stuff going
Probably suspect. Yeah, it's probably,
on. It's just not how it works. Come on,
you know.
contribute to the conversation. Joey, what's up with the enema? I mean, is that because I was talking about the person
I,
closer? I mean, he can wipe me easier. I didn't say I needed an enema.
yeah, he said, "Hey, guys, CC, an enema is the rectal injection of fluids
Come on,
such as
Joey.
like." Hey, man, I mean, I know I look pretty damn dumb, but I mean, I do know what an enema is. I mean, you know.
Man.
I
Hey,
mean, it was a great
hey,
explanation, though. Listen to this. It's like it is injection of fluids such as saline or mineral oil to treat severe constipation, cleanse the bowel, or
I,
administer
I mean,
medication.
Joe, but I won't knock you. I appreciate the info because I'm at
I
that
mean,
age now where that might be needed.
I know exactly what an enema is now. I feel like I
I appreciate
technically really
that.
know, like
Yeah,
I,
yeah, yeah.
oh
He
my,
makes me feel confident in his information too. Like he knows what he's talking about. Hey,
I
Bad
feel
Wolf,
like
man, it's good to see you, bud.
yeah,
He pops in Jimenez from time to time. It's good to see you, man. Good to see you, Bad
Wolfman.
Wolf.
I
Bad Wolf.
remember Wolfman. Hey, well, good deal, man.
And
Shout out to Wolfman.
he pops in Jimenez from time to time, especially when we do a night stream together.
Yeah,
He'll pop in. He seems like a young dude, man. Good fellow, man. I like him. Like,
awesome, man.
He's always been respectful, man. Good to see you, Bad. If you're still in here.
Yeah, awesome,
Who
man.
else? I ain't paid
I
no
see
attention to your chat, really.
I see a bad wolf. I don't know who
That's
that
him.
was. Is that him? Okay. Hey, bad
That's
wolf. What's
yeah,
up, man? Miss
yeah, that's
Patty
him.
was in the house, and
Ah,
Mimi
Miss
Bear.
Patty.
Dang, man. I wish I highlighted it and I forgot to say howdy to her. We got started talking. Sorry about
Well,
that, Miss Patty.
you know how I am, you know how you are, and when the two of us get together, it just is what it is, man. It just,
Lot of minutes are just seem to be just disappear within the sound of voices.
we jumped off the whole Guthrie conversation altogether for like the last 25 minutes.
I'm glad you
Uh,
brought that up. For everybody
uh,
tuning in, oh, Miss Patty's still here. Well, shout out to Miss Patty. We got started talking,
hey,
Miss
Miss
Patty,
Patty.
and we totally we blew the convo
Miss
the
Patty, we're
convo.
two old Virginia boys in the mountains. We're in the mountains here. It's
Yeah,
what we do.
yeah,
It's what
uh,
you can put us on a fence
yeah,
post, and we'll still be out there tomorrow morning talking.
yep, yep. Probably pretty warm, little fire.
We'll have a fire.
Hitting the
We'll have a
fire.
fire going. Yep, yep,
Yeah, back to the wind,
yep, yep,
Yeah,
yep,
getting it comfortable, you gotta get
yep.
comfortable.
That's just the way it is. It's what
Yeah.
we do, man. It's no apologies. It's what we do.
No,
You
yeah,
know,
she said jawing. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Indeed. That's
exactly. She
fun.
knows.
Yeah, she knows. She knows. But hey, I just can't believe that with Miss Savannah Guthrie. It's coming up. We got 54 minutes on, man. We've been rolling and I had to come on and just at least talk about. I'm glad you was able to come on with me and us discuss. What a crazy set of circumstances for that family. I don't know them. I feel like I do because Savannah was on the freaking TV since I was
Mm,
since getting up and leaving out and all this, you see her there. So it's like, man, I can't even believe that. Like, she's just a
yeah,
newscaster, guys. But
yeah.
it's not about that. It's about the money and the fame and stuff around being that man.
But then again, guy, it might be about her being a newscaster. What stories does she cover? What information does she have? these files were released, 2 weeks ago. Maybe that goes to a story she did 2 years ago, and somebody's like, hey, let's handle this. Let's go ahead. I'm not trying to be conspiracy theorist, but we don't know what's
Dude,
going on, and we do know she's a high profile journalist
I mean,
who has done some stories. So
that's yep. That's so
possibilities got to
true,
be looked
man.
into.
Like
You can't overlook it. You can't overlook it. You got to
you
look into
cannot
that.
overlook it. You all that. And whoever it is not it was not just a, I believe I'll do this. It wasn't like that.
Hmm.
It's a thought out, planned out, meticulous, like, okay, we're gonna let okay. You know what I mean? There's a vehicle involved, there's surveillance involved. Somebody has cased the joint. Somebody knows the joint, knows the place. That's why I think that they're doing a better, thorough search of a perimeter around her house because and it somebody surveilled from somewhere to know some things before they walked onto that property,
Yep.
or somebody had prior knowledge or knowledge of something on that property beforehand. So, nobody just walked up there and decided to do that. No
No,
way.
no,
No way.
no, no,
No way.
no. They knew what they were doing. They knew who they were doing it to.
Yep.
There was a lot of knowing about it that 6 days later it's still unresolved. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, there's a lot to this, and like I said, we'll probably never know the complete story. Whatever the outcome ends up being, we'll probably never know the complete story
Yeah.
to it. But
Yeah. It would
I'm
be
just prayers,
awesome.
prayers to that lady. It's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's if it wasn't
At,
for her health, I could feel a little more optimistic. But like day
well,
6, like we're getting into some
I
crucial
hope
time.
I hope and I pray that we get to hear the news or hear the coverage of that she's been found and she's
She's been
okay
found.
and she's fine.
Yes.
She's put on 2 pounds since she was in captivity. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I hope that she comes back not a hair on her head harmed. I pray that she comes back not a hair on her head harmed and healthy and eating an ice cream. Oh, and that's all you can do. Yeah, that's what the family asked for, so that's what I give them. Is that I'm sincerely praying that that's the outcome,
100%.
and hopefully, whoever it is, that has Miss Guthrie, then they see their justice, and I don't really care if I see it because I got good faith in my belief is that they're gonna pay. That one's
Yeah.
gonna be one you don't escape. Not even in death, you
No.
don't escape that one. You're gonna
Yeah.
you got that one coming. You got that. I don't know how that works. I don't know exactly what's gonna happen, but you got one coming. That's
Yep.
a guarantee, and I don't even
Yeah.
know if you can pay that kind of debt off here on this earth. That might be
That's a
one thing
that's
you
a
gotta
that's a
pay at the end.
that's a big no-no. That's a big no-no. That's somebody's 86-year-old mom, grandma. That's a
Yeah,
old
man.
elderly woman who ain't bothered nobody, who's just lived on her own, doing her own thing.
Yeah,
That's a yeah.
yeah.
Whatever you get out of that one, you earned every bit of that.
Yeah,
You
you
earned
going
every
yep,
bit of that.
yep, yep, you got it coming to you. So, you know, as always, guys, I appreciate y'all being here. My name is Guy. This is Creating Change. Got Brother Clint in the house from Gen X Effect. Been talking about Miss Guthrie, Miss Savannah Guthrie. We are praying for you. And if this did happen to come across your ears, we were not talking in any kind of bad way about you. We are sincerely keeping good vibes and thoughts and prayers for your family, and hope that everything gets resolved and everybody's safe and back home with everybody. But guys, we appreciate y'all being here. Please, like, subscribe, share if you feel so led. If not, we really don't care. We just appreciate y'all being here. Little song I wrote called "Just So Many Miles Between Us." Appreciate it, guys. Just so many miles between us. There can be so many more. Been so long since I've seen you. Some I've never seen before. Well, I make a promise to myself, God knows I'll keep. I won't let the miles between us be so long in between. It's worth every rest stop, and Daddy, I need to pee, so my son can be around the ones that mean so much to me. Well, I want him to know you and love you all just like me. I won't let the miles between us be so long in between. As the miles go by, my mind begins to go to the memories I've made from so many years ago. And I make a promise to myself, God knows I'll keep. I won't let the miles between us be so long in between. It's worth every rest stop, and Daddy, I need to be, so my son can be around the ones that mean so much to me. Well, I want him to know you and love you all just like me. I won't let the miles between us be so long in between. I won't let the miles between us be so long in